and gentlemen, talking to the skies at a very young age has always been a dream of Miss Jannavi's, and she has already worked in the aviation industries at a very young age. She is here today in our Edugree campus to share her experience and guide young aspirants who wants to be in aviation industry or be a cabin crew. Hi Jannavi, welcome to Edugree campus.
Hi, Akriti. Thank you so much for having me. It is really a pleasure to be here with all of you this evening.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure too. So, Jannavi, how did you decide, what made you decide to choose a cabin crew or aviation industry as your career?
Well, like everybody, all the youngsters that we have, right? Like everybody else, I too had a dream of, traveling around the country, right? Exploring new places, as well as along with that have a glamorous and luxurious life at a very young age, which was really fascinating to me. Therefore, that is what made me decide what I wanted to be in life.
Okay, so how was the process? Like, did you take any, interview?
Yes, indeed. After my decision of becoming a cabin crew, right, I needed a little bit of polishing. I needed a little bit of training that required a little bit of personality development.
So how did that course was helpful to you in your career?
So that after while doing that course, I learned a lot of things, right, regarding the industry that I was about to work with, right. It taught me, how to speak, communicate to people, in a better way, right. It polished my confidence, personality, right. So it made me a little more confident that I was earlier before I was a cabin crew, like a youngster, I'd say.
Okay, nice. So can you tell us about the experience as a cabin crew member and what inspired you to become that?
Well, my experience as a cabin crew was, very beautiful, I'd say. The journey was lovely. That is something that I can never forget throughout my life, right? It has made me the person I am today, right? It has made my personality the way it is today, right? Hadn't it been about cabin crew, maybe I wouldn't have been the way I am today. So it has developed a lot of things personally, professionally, right? Being a cabin crew is one thing that I personally think that everybody should taste, cabin air hostess, cabin crew experience once, in order not just to earn money or not just to explore, but to learn small little things in life, So yes, that was.
As to what things you have learned,
As in, the smallest of the smallest things, like respecting each and every individual you meet throughout your day, right? Be it right from a D grade staff to an A grade staff, whatever it is. So it is, it actually gives you an important lesson, I'd say. It makes you be more polite, more humble towards the other person who's in front of you, right? Therefore, I think it kind of changes your entire life, the perspective that you have. So that is one thing that I've learned a lot.
That is really wonderful.
Yeah.
You have learned so much of things, not not just for the professional, not just the domain skills, but your personal skills.
Life too. Yes.
So Jannavi, there are some key skills. Okay, so as a cabin crew member, you have to have certain set of skills in on board. So can you please talk about that? What skills do you need?
Certainly. So being a cabin crew member is one thing that at times it gets right on your nerves, I would say, to be very honest. So you have to be very patient, okay? So that is one of the skills, I would say. You've got to be very patient and you've got to be very friendly with the person right in front of you, right? You've got to be a good listener and a team player, right? Because you'd be working with n number of people. You'd be meeting too many people throughout the day. No matter how many sectors you do, you are meeting too many, and you have to get along with the people with you, because you are working with different set of people every single day. You can't be on your own aura or your zone. You'll have to come out of your zone to have that pleasant work throughout the day, you've got to come out of your aura, right? Indulge with everybody, get along with everybody. You've got to be a team player, right?
It's not about I, it's about us.
Yes, it is. And you've got to be very proactive once you are there on board, right? You've got to, like, once the doors are closed, the moment you step into the aircraft, you've got to be so very proactive with everything. You need to have that skill of multitasking, doing too many things at the same time. You could be greeting a passenger, taking a handover from the outgoing crew, right? At the same time, you could be serving your cockpit, you could be instructing the cleaners where all the areas they've missed, right? You have to have that very active or attentive mindset while you're there, right? You need to be very empathetic because you're flying with unknown people. You're flying with people who are traveling for the first time, so you need to be empathetic enough to make that person feel homely, like it's okay, you're on board, I'm here to take care for you. You've got to have those. There are n numbers, but then I would like to conclude on these ones for the moment.
That's really lovely. So we have some myths. Okay, so we want to burst that myth.
Yeah, of course, we should. Yeah.
So number one.
Okay.
Is it true that you need to be a certain height or weight to become a cabin crew?
Yes, it is. Like, you need to have a certain, all the airlines, right? They have certain height and weight criteria. That is all related to safety, you could say, right? The height criteria in our country, I'd say, is a minimum of 155 centimeter, I suppose. So that is because of the reason being is that, all our safety equipments are kept in the overhead bins above you, right? So you've got to, you have to be tall enough to get those safety equipments in case of an emergency. You can't be like, I'm so sorry, I'm short, please come and help me with the equipment. No, it is an emergency. It has to be within like 90 seconds. You'll have to evacuate all your passengers, your fellow crew member along with you, and you have to take your safety equipment. So you've got to be very quick.
That sounds really adventurous.
So you've got to be, because of that, you have to be of a certain height. Talking about weight, it is again for the medical factor, you could say. See, I do not mean to body shame anybody, but then the thing is, like, the fatter you are, the more prone to, medical risk you are at. You could be having different sort of illness inside you might not know, right? So when you are in a particular when you are in the given weight as the airline asks you, that is because the airline wants you to be fit so that you are able to do your duty at any given time, right? So that is the reason why airline sets a certain height and weight criteria.
All right, fair enough. So, is it true that having a bad eyesight or wearing glasses can affect, the selection process?
It depends upon the airline to airline. Some airlines, they allow crew members to put on glasses. Some prefer contact lenses, right? But then if you have really bad eyesight, I am afraid you might get into it because being a cabin crew, you need to have very clear vision, right? Again, just in case there's any emergency and you are not being able to see, you are putting your passengers at risk, you're putting yourself at risk, you're putting your fellow crew members at risk. So therefore, you need to be very, you need to have really good eyesight for that.
Okay, so we have heard a lot of times that cabin crew gets to travel all over the world for free, right? So how true is that?
It is very true. Like, you're flying for a certain airline, right? You get to go different places every single day, right? That too free of cost. All the expenditures are bared by the company, right? You get to move around the places, right? You get to see new places every day, which any other job could ever afford you, right? So that is one, the best part being a cabin crew is you get to travel for free. And you get to stay at luxurious hotels, right? And And additionally, the cherry on top is you get paid for, traveling for free and staying at that 5-star hotel. So that's, that's the best part being a cabin crew, I'd say.
Okay, that sounds really lovely. So, we hear a lot, there's a lot of talk about cabin crew life being very glamorous and luxurious. So, can you please elaborate that more?
See, luxurious and glamorous it is, right? That is another thing that attracts a lot of youth these days, right? So, it is luxurious because at a very young age, people start flying, and then you are earning for yourself an amount which just maybe a 12th pass out could ever think of, right? It is a very well paying salary, right? Yes, and they provide, and you get to do everything for yourself, right? You are exposed to real life, right, at a very young age. So you get all the luxury that you want for yourself, right? So it kind of gives you that independence of having everything for yourself. So I think yes, it is glamorous and luxurious too.
Okay, everything Jannavi talked about was really fascinating. Okay, and I think there are a lot of aspiring candidates are watching us. Okay, and the last question I would say, what does the future look like, or what opportunities do you receive after you stop flying, or what did you receive? What are the opportunities did you get after you stop flying?
So, see, people can fly as long as their body allows them to, right? So, flying, after a certain point of time, when your body no longer allows you to fly, there are other opportunities in the industry itself, right? You can always opt for, for a ground job, which could be like, you could join a rostering department, or you could join your base itself, right? Or you could be an instructor if you're good at, instructing your colleagues. Else you could, have something customer service related for internal customers, right? Related jobs right in the company itself. In case if if one plans to leave the organization completely, the person could have plenty of opportunities in hotels, right? Come think about sharing their experience, their learning with the aspiring cabin crew candidates that we have here at Edugree. And that would be a really great help for the candidates who are learning, who are who are at the path of becoming a cabin crew.
Thank you so much. That's so thoughtful.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Janvi has explained a lot about the aviation industry, how glamorous it is, and what can be done after flying, or what should you do, to join the aviation industry or to be a cabin crew. So even Edugree offers aviation courses. It's a 1-year diploma courses with 100% internship and placement support. And I think this is really helpful for our students as well, and you must be watching us right now. So we have our aviation courses. We have diploma courses in aviation and hospitality, and it's a 1-year course with 100% internship and placement support. So we want to conclude with this, and for a token of appreciation, we have something for Jannavi. So I would like to call my colleague for that.